Now, we never get to see the actual painting in healthcare. In our diagnosis, if we have reached this far, it's the best. But most of the times, this is where we are. So today we'll try to share something with you as to how we reach here. And let's see. Okay, oh, all right. So this is, so while science, uses a sickle to break down everything and basically, spreads all the data points here and there and then tries to join them together, certain things can happen through serendipity also. Suddenly one day you see a log rolling down the hill, and some person joins a rolling log into somebody running downhill and falling down or whatever. Like somebody wants to go downhill, and he thinks that why not? Why not put something, a plank on top of that and use it? So that's how a kind of joining of, we call it art maybe, a creation happens. So this is what I think science is often represented, although it's basically technology. So now this is a slightly complex picture. Can anybody guess what it is? Those who may not have seen the slides beforehand. Yeah, it's a cave painting. Anybody who's been in this place, very famous place in India? Well, it's in Madhya Pradesh. Ajanta is in Maharashtra, so it's in Madhya Pradesh, and it's near Bhopal. I used to teach there for 8 years. It's a place called Bhimbedka near Bhopal, and it's inside a dense forest, and beautiful caves are there, and you find these there. So this is to tell you, I don't know how much time we have, and probably, yeah. So to tell you, it's a long story actually. So it starts with human evolution and why we came to this point of AI. This is what is, again, this is all rhetoric, but this is what is primordial AI. So what is AI actually? So this is asynchronous intelligence. Now, why did humans need to be asynchronous in the first place? So then the cave becomes easy to understand. So when you have 2-3 hunting parties, and one party is somewhere else hunting, and another party has found a cave, and they're waiting for the next party to come, but they know that by the time they come, they're going to leave and go hunting somewhere else. So what do? They describe their hunting experiences, they make a log. So it's the first kind of a blog in the cave, which the previous party has made for the next party to see. So here is where asynchronicity is harnessed in the form of data being shared across time. Because before that, humans or anyone for that matter could only talk synchronously. I mean, right now we are talking synchronously. We are here face to face, we are facing each other. But at the same time, many of you could be texting others who would be seeing it 1 hour later. So that is asynchronicity. And we have come here to this point of time where asynchronous nature of our communication is very much like taken for granted. So this is where asynchronicity was born, and from here slowly academic intelligence grew, because from the caves we moved to the reeds, and then we moved to the papyrus, the paper, and the printing press, and then of course currently the electronic media. But what is important here is the asynchronicity, and academics is also nothing but asynchronous intelligence, or call it academic intelligence. And from there AI has emerged, which also started with the initial academic data, and then went on to modeling, and then went on to take a life of its own. So here now, as a user, how is it important to us? Because we are actually using this asynchronous intelligence in our day-to-day interaction with our patients ever since the internet came into being. And some of us here have been in that period when the internet was born. And we were young at that time. But of course, internet was not so easy to access even. There was no mobile phone. It was only a desktop computer in an academic building, and the only thing we knew was email. Slowly, the Yahoo came up, and Microsoft came up, and we had the browser and all those things. So things have really come a lot far, and very gradually our lives became more and more, or our communicating lives became more and more asynchronous. So what we are doing now with the patients is, the usual care would have been the patient would have come to us, we would have seen the patient face to face, synchronously, given something, again asynchronously for him to take, continue to take, but how to follow him up? The patient would have to come again, as per their convenience, as per our convenience, sometimes in a week, sometimes in a month, sometimes never for years. So to cut that short, we had to harness this newer intelligence so that we could communicate with our patients better. And so we have started doing that. And what is hyperlocality here? So it's basically, just in short, means anytime, anywhere. Communicating anytime, anywhere. So if a patient is there, he could be sending his data all the time. But then it is upon the patient user, because he's using the system, the mobile phone, to enter his data. And if he doesn't enter it, we can't do anything about it. So, but then if he does, he can do it at any time, and we can support him anytime when we are able to. So that is like anytime, anywhere healthcare, which is currently quite norm in many places. So these are some images from our local healthcare network. So there's a lot of written work